A phrase becomes a melody and a note becomes a monster. Everything here is alive. Everything here is alive. You plant a seed in some of them, and then it bursts, and then it splits and makes a twin. Then evermore, look across the landscape, and you'll find it's just a bunch of plants. La la la, la 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 la, la la la, la 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 la, la la la, la 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 la, la la la, la la la. Every monster knows how the plants grow, and every monster cares, and they know how they shoot and they feed them, and they keep them alive. Let's watch plants grow. Let's watch plants grow. Everything here is alive. Everything here is alive. They sleep when it gets cold, and the leaves turn. They turn red and they turn gold. They sound like water and over the air to keep them alive. That's how plants grow. That's how plants grow. Everything here is alive. Everything here is alive. Everything here is alive. Everything here is alive. A note becomes a chord, becomes a phrase, becomes a melody, and a note becomes a monster. Everything here is alive. Everything here is alive. You plant a seed in sands and